Ross from Cultaholic.com, you're my sexual wank pheasants, and welcome to all of the WTF moments from last night's WWE Raw. First of all, I'm going to point out that the boom mic dropping into shot is not a WTF moment, and second of all, I came to the realisation last night that while I'm watching Raw, I'm absolutely miserable, and when I'm absolutely miserable, I like to hurt things. I like to hurt things like Wrestle Talk TV. If you missed the big revelation yesterday, head to their YouTube channel, watch the video, because Ollie and Luke, and whatever numpties you have around there, we're coming for you, pals. I should be Universal Champion. The big dog opens the show with. Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee, piss off, mate. That sign says that all you are a massive liar. Question: when a dog lies, if it's not the nose, what does grow? Answer on a postcard, please. Nah, me Bay and Spirit Animal Rusev is. Wikipedia, a site, of course, where anybody can edit the information on there, which means you're always going to get the tip-top information possible, defines a main event as usually taking place as the final match of a title match system sporting event. That doesn't quite make sense, but what it is saying is that it goes on last. Therefore, Bobby Lashley did not main event WrestleMania 23 that they're claiming each and every week these days. Shawn Michaels and John Cena did. Although, I guess the guy who was writing the scripts for Monday Night Raw must have seen Shawn Michaels in the ring on his own because they couldn't see John Cena. Aha! 5 stars. What? That's like calling me, I don't know, sexual chocolate or the masterpiece or the Punjabi playboy. I am none of those things. So then here we have Bobby Lashley telling Roman Reigns that he's been praying all day long that the big dog calls him out, because if the big dog calls him out, he wouldn't be out there to talk, he would be out there to rip him apart, the bath turd. Bob, pal, he stood right in front of you. Why'd you have to wait for him to call you out in the middle of the ring? So to steal something from ICW, Bobby Lashley's a fanny. And WWE, while we're here, do not for a second think that all the fans in the arena were going radio rental for those two big sweaty men. They were going radio rental for the dry paint on the wall behind them. Back to 1998 we go, I think, maybe. Unless, of course, that sign there is describing the components of the Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley's feud in a nice little nutshell, because as we all know, those pair of men are tits. Or maybe it's describing that picture there. No, they're a pair of cups. 2 Cultaholic signs on last night's WWE Raw, which is always a WTF moment because it's really weird to see our little old name on the Raw in front of the world. Thank you to JJJJJ for the yellow sign and an unnamed person for the white one. Next time you go to a WWE event, why don't you think to yourself, bloody hell, let's spread the good name of Cultaholic throughout the WWE universe. Join them in joining us. Mike Kanellis? Zack Ryder? Somebody spanked us, I thought they were dead. What's that? The go-home Raw for a pay-per-view and the main event feud ends up in a brawl with the entire locker room out there in the ring. Where have we seen this one before? On Raw. Lots of times. It was always Brock Lesnar, wasn't it? Whether it be The Undertaker or Braun Strowman or Samoa Joe or Roman Reigns, you name anybody, it was always ending in a big sweaty man brawl. So much, in fact, that I resigned myself to the thought that Brock Lesnar must have beat his beast incarnate to the very thought of a big sweaty man brawl. You dirty bastard, Brock. Sorry, WWE, it's happened so many times in the past few years, I'm gonna have to whack the siren out. New era, same old bollocks. Who knew Nia Jax is related to British television personality Jonathan Wasp? Because at Extreme Rules on Sunday, she's going to be taking back her War Women's Championship. Whipple wobble. Lord have mercy on her soul when we're back in War Wumble season. She has to cut a promo when she's next feuding with Wanda Wowsy. What the hell's he laughing at? There he is, Kurt Angle allowing Braun Strowman to commit many crimes and try to murder one of his superstars. Let alone one like Kevin Owens, who was personally hired to Raw by Lady Balls herself, remember? That's going to bite Kurt Angle in the arse, or the bollocks. And yet he does nothing while sending Bayley and Sasha Banks, who have committed no crimes and just fought each other, to bloody counselling. I'm lost for words. He's a pissing idiot.
Made a grave mistake, Corey.
Here's a direct quote from Corey Graves himself. You can't win a fall by count out disqualification. The heated rivalry continues and they face off. And then he just stopped. And what's more worrying, Michael Cole dived in there to finish off that sentence just like lovers do. Imagine that Michael Cole and Corey Graves are lovers. Woof. Hang on, Seth Rollins. In 1 week at Extreme Rules, doesn't that event happen on Sunday? That's 6 days away. He might be good at building and demolishing buildings, but Seth Rollins is not good at keeping track of the time. That is a 5-star line. And next we have Seth Rollins telling Dolph Ziggler that he's been bleaching his hair for too long and that bleach is seeping into his brain by suggesting that he might win on Sunday before asking if we have any good physicians in the house. That's an easy word for me to say. Physicians. Doctors. I mean, after recent goings on in court and whatnot, the easy answer to that question, Seth, is no. Why are you asking? Seth then asked Drew McIntyre why he allows Dolph Ziggler to order him around like a little bitch before saying, I hope there's no pictures. What, Seth? Like that one there. And then Seth Rollins says to Drew McIntyre that he knows it gets lonely in Scotland and there's only so many sheep to go around, and I cannot believe I'm going to say this in one of these videos. He then basically called Drew McIntyre a sheep shagger live on WWE Raw. And I get what Seth was going for, but unfortunately Drew's Scottish, not Welsh, so it doesn't really work. Who knows where will Seth stop? Next up will be lambasted Mark Andrews for his country's potato famine. So at a time when safety in professional wrestling is the hot topic of discussion, whoever produced last night's match between Bo Dallas and Matt Hardy had little Bo Peep do the old Enzo Amore spot, which shagged Enzo Amore's head and made him think that his music is actually quite good. It's not though. If you haven't seen it, it's the old Irish whip into the bottom rope, face into the bottom rope, tumble onto the floor, danger, danger, danger. Now I know Bo might be good at this spot, he might have done it a million times before, but why have him take this risk live on Raw in this day and age? It was as unnecessary as Love Island. Jonathan Coachman, you massive bitch. Dallas could have suffered some broken ribs and we understand that's going round these days. Come on man, Coachman. You know that what happened to Jim Ross at New Japan Pro Wrestling's event last weekend was not supposed to happen. It was an honest mistake, man. These things happen in professional wrestling. Bagger. But now after this bitchy comment, I really want to see an accident happen to you so I can make a comment like you made about Jim Ross, you absolute arsehole. And next up we have the Riot Squad as a collective saying they don't do fashion now, and Liv Morgan's Instagram account looks like that with hundreds of pictures of her doing the fashion. That's like me saying I don't do bacon sandwiches, no daddy. I love the bacon sandwiches. Question. Why are their careers on the line when Braun's and Kevin's and Roman's and Bobby's and Dolph's and Seth's aren't? Answers on a postcard, please, because I really want to know. So this screenshot there was taken during Liv Morgan's entrance, and quite frankly, if that woman there is not Liv Morgan's mother, I'm going to need Jeremy Carr to come in and swap their mouths or whatever he does. So according to Maggle Cole, Liv Morgan is not trying to be a carbon copy in WWE, she's trying to make her own blueprint. Not doing very well, is she? But holy balls, there's actual photographic evidence that your boy Bálor does not have more chins than me. Why don't they use that picture everywhere instead of making them look like a fatty boom boom? Don't be a bully, be a star. Baldy Corbin, he's got no head hair. His hairline was so bad it made me want to swear. And then came the Clippers and took his hair away. Now he looks like a human thumb. Lyrical master, I need a plaster. So yes, on Raw last night they had Baron Corbin singing his own version of Incy Wincy Spider, and this was the moment where I became depressed. Maggle. So Maggle Cole called your boy Bálor the former first ever Universal Champion. So one question, Maggle, who is the new first ever Universal Champion? Aye, it's sushi. It's not going to be cooked, is it? Maybe. I don't eat sushi, so I don't know. I think it's raw. Fish. Attempted murder, Sammy's dead, car flipped, covered in poo, and now he's in a steel cage match with Braun Strowman on Sunday at Extreme Rules. What on earth did Kevin do to WWE, and why are WWE in turn making him the biggest sympathetic babyface we've seen since Daniel Bloody Bryan? And why oh why isn't Kurt Angle realising that when Lady Balls comes back she's going to castrate him once again because he's been a massive dick to one of her boys? Yes, Lady Balls has a boys stable. Naggers. So for a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules, I realised that 7 out of the 10 matches are either normal singles or normal tag team matches, so it appears that in WWE, to be extreme, you must abide by the rules. How badass is that? They've not thought this one through, have they? And now it's time for this.
Wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank, wankety wank.
Hello and welcome to Wankety Wank, the section of WTF moments where, just like on Blankety Blank, where they fill in the blanks, a sexual wank pheasant tweets me with a WTF moment I have missed. I give him all the credit because I'm a lovely boy. Thanks to my close personal pal Karen for pointing out some building-related things. And that is it for all of your WTF moments from last night's WWE Raw, a WWE Raw that made me quite sad in all reality, being able to make me happier, breaking Luke Owen's neck and smashing Ollie Davis's nose. Goodbye, everybody. Follow me on Twitter, @RossOnWrestling. You can pledge to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Cultaholic. Anything you thought to give us would be greatly appreciated. We will love you forever, but most importantly of all, do not forget, to subscribe to this channel and like us on social media everywhere, and go and tell Ollie Davis and Luke Owen and the rest of Wrestle Talk they're a bunch of numpties.